So I'm not sure how many of you are going to be joining me live for this session, but I'll wait a couple of moments to let people join if they're around, and that way they can enjoy the relaxation right from the beginning. So I know that there's a lot of stressed people out there right now, so just thought I'd do my bit to help bring some calm. But I might get started, hey? Because otherwise I'm going to be spending more time, for those watching the replay, watching me babble rather than getting relaxation. I'll just move you over here a little bit. Alright, so let's start with relaxing into the body. So that'll be the relaxation component. And as I promised last night, I'm going to take everyone through a self-compassion break. So get you into a nice relaxed state and then follow it up with the self-compassion break. How does that sound? Sound good? Alright, beautiful. Let's do it. So let's start the relaxation by going through a really lovely progressive relaxation. But we're going to do that not just by focusing on the body parts, but by first of all doing a mild sort of tensing up of those muscles first and then relaxing it out. So I'm going to begin now. Once you've found a nice comfortable position, making sure you're not going to be disturbed for the next 10 or so minutes. And let's start by just focusing on the forehead right now. And then tensing up those muscles in the forehead. And you might do that by doing a big frown, holding that for a few moments, and then letting that relax, easing that out, smoothing that out. And then the mouth and jaw, and you might tense those up with a really big smile, getting those muscles nice and tense. And then relax. That's right, feels so good. And then feeling the rest of the scalp tense up and letting that go. And then that relaxation flow down, focusing on the shoulders, the neck, squeezing them up, squeezing up the shoulders. And then letting that go and relaxing that down. And then we're going to squeeze the hands. And then let that go. And then the forearms. And relax. The upper arms and the upper back. And letting that go. And squeezing the buttocks and the lower back. And let that go. And then the chest. Let it go. And the stomach and pelvis. And let it go. And then focusing on your thighs. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let it go. And then with your feet, you'll automatically tense up the calves when you first point them down. And then lift them up. And then let it go and relax. So right from the top of your head, That relaxation has flowed down through the top of your head, your face, back of the scalp, the neck, through the shoulders, flowing down the arms, right to the tip of your fingers, your chest, your back, your stomach, your buttocks, down to your thighs, knees, calves, feet, to the tip of your toes. The body is now completely relaxed. And we'll just take a few moments to relax the mind. Imagining now that you're laying down in a beautiful green paddock, staring up at the sky, and you're watching the clouds drift on past. And then you notice one of those clouds has formed the number 5. And as it's drifting across the sky, you're watching it as the number 5. It suddenly dissolves and dissolves from your mind. And then you see the cloud form into a number 4. And then that cloud dissolves and dissolves from your mind. And then you see the number 3. And you feel your mind becoming more and more calm, more and more relaxed. And that cloud dissolves and erases from your mind. And then that cloud forms the number 2. And you're feeling more and more at peace, more relaxed and more calm than you have in a long time. As that cloud dissolves, and then another cloud drifts past and forms the number 1, and you find yourself drifting deeper and deeper and deeper into relaxation as that number 1 dissolves and dissolves from your mind. And as you naturally relax, I want you to reflect in this calm state on these past few days, weeks, months, years, on a moment of struggle. And I want you to be mindful of when you do struggle, practicing it now with me, so that in a future moment of struggle, you can practice this self-compassion break and respond to yourself with compassion, kindness, and support in this time of difficulty. So you can once again find this self-compassion break and practice these 3 steps. They can be used any time of day or night. And you take the first step to be mindful of this moment of suffering. And reflect when you step outside yourself and acknowledge when you are having a really hard time. And say to yourself, hey, I'm having a really hard time right now. Because it might take some courage for you to admit that to yourself. And once you have admitted that to yourself, just feel that relief flowing through your whole body. the next step is to remind yourself that you're not alone in your suffering. This is recognition of your common humanity with others. That all people have trying experiences. Remind yourself, other people feel this way too. And remind yourself that you're not alone, and that we all struggle in our lives at some point. Some more than others right now. So once again, acknowledge that sense of relief that you experience by knowing that you're not alone. And the final step now in this compassion break is to respond to your pain with the same type of kindness you would show to a friend you care about. Rather than being cold or judgmental, I encourage you to be warm and supportive towards yourself. Rather than being harsh and unforgiving, show yourself that same warmth and support that you would show a friend. Place your hands on your heart. Feel the warmth of your hands, the gentle touch on your chest, and say, may I be kind to myself. Or maybe you can say, I know you're doing the best you can, and that's the best we can do right now. Feel that love in your heart. Breathing that love into that whole chest area. As you sense that compassion towards that yourself, that warmth and support. And with a smile, thank yourself for taking the time today to send yourself some compassion and give yourself this little moment, this little break to acknowledge where you're at and do what you can to help yourself feel that little bit better in these stressful times. So when you're ready, just starting to bring some movement back to your fingers and toes, feeling the surface beneath you again. And coming back to this room, this time and place, feeling refreshed, feeling that sense of lightness and relief from taking the time to acknowledge and be kind to yourself. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.